That's why I'm telling you, so you can learn from my mistakes.
Man, I love college. Hey!
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Alina, and I'm a junior at Michigan State University this year. So I was requested to do a video on the pros and cons of each MSU dorm. And today I was researching every single dorm so I could give you guys the most accurate information. And as I was going through all my notes, I was like, there is no way I'm going to be able to fit all of this information in one video. So I decided to give you all the pros and cons, but to just separate them into different videos. So I'm going to have a video on every neighborhood at Michigan State University. That being said, this video is going to be about the pros and cons of Brody neighborhood. My personal favorite, maybe one of my favorites, I'll say. I'll tell you my dorm story, I guess. I lived in Hubbard Hall freshman year, first semester, and then I moved to Armstrong Hall second semester freshman year. And I loved Brody neighborhood so much that I decided to dorm again for sophomore year, and I lived in Bailey Hall for all of sophomore year. So I'm biased towards Brody because I have lived there the longest. I have all of my notes on this laptop, and if you're wondering what this is, I mic'd myself so that you guys could have better audio for this video. So that being said, let's start with some information. How Brody neighborhood is set up is the dorms are all surrounding Brody Square. And in Brody Square, that's where the cafeteria is. That's where the Sparty's convenience store is. And there's also study rooms, and there are a bunch of events that happen in Brody Square. All Brody Hall dorms are co-ed. However, you're not going to be living directly next to someone of the opposite gender. So how it's set up is, it is co-ed, but basically like one side of the floor will be all girl dorms, and then the other side of the floor will be all male dorms. And now for the pros and cons. Okay, I'm gonna start with the pros of Brody neighborhood. Brody cafeteria is the best and the biggest at Michigan State. Honestly, the first time I was there, I think I got lost because it's huge. There are just so many food options and so many stations, and it's great if you're vegan. There's like a ton of vegan options too. There's like a whole station devoted to like vegetarian and vegan foods. So I think it's great if you have special dietary needs. I think Brody neighborhood would be the choice for you because of the caf. Another pro is that Brody neighborhood has the biggest rooms out of all the dorm buildings. I am an only child, so I liked having a lot of space between me and my roommate, and I really liked that. I liked how it was pretty big, like you're not just like living like this close next to each other. The next pro is that there are 2 living learning communities in Brody neighborhood. And you're probably wondering, what's a living learning community, Alina? Well, I'll explain, because I had no idea freshman year either, and I really wish I did because I totally would have joined a living learning community. So this is how MSU describes a living learning community. I literally am reading right off of the MSU website so I get everything right. Michigan State University's living learning academic and special interest programs allow students who share similar academic interests or interests in multicultural living experiences to live together in a designated residence hall or on a particular residence hall floor. Many of the living learning options allow students to attend class with the same group of peers in their residence hall, which enhances friendships and networking and facilitates ease of gatherings and study time. And there's 2 living learning communities that you can pick from in Brody. So on the second floor of Bailey Hall, you have Rise. And this is how Michigan State describes Rise. Rise is a learning living community devoted to understanding the complex interdependence of the human and natural world. So basically, if you're interested in environmental sustainability, Rise would be a great idea for you. A lot of students choose to take on the Environmental and Sustainability Studies minor after they do Rise their freshman year. It's a great minor. I actually have a lot of friends in it, and environmental sustainability is so important. I think it's like a great thing to be a part of. The reason why I say that I wish I joined a living learning community is because of Rise. I lived in Hubbard my first semester of freshman year, and I would visit my friend Jamila in her dorm at Bailey Hall. She actually lived on the second floor where the Rise community was, and everyone was just so close, way closer than my floor was in Hubbard Hall. And I just remember thinking, like, how did they become so close? It was like the second week of school, like everyone had each other's names memorized. And then I realized and learned that they're all a part of this living learning community called Rise, and that's why they became such a tight-knit group of friends so quick. And then the second living learning community is on the second floor of Rather Hall. It's called the Drew Scholars Living Learning Community. So I'm going to read off of the MSU website on what this community is. The role of Drew Scholars is to provide academic assistance and support for high-achieving undergraduate students pursuing degrees in the College of Natural Science at Michigan State University. These degrees include the biological sciences, physical sciences, and mathematics. Drew Scholars also supports students on the pre-professional path, meaning pre-dentistry, pre-medical, and pre-veterinary. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those topics, then definitely check out Drew Scholars. I'll leave some links below on more information on these living learning communities. That way you can read more and maybe apply if you're interested. Like I said, I never did a living learning community, and I wish I did, but the only reason I didn't do it was because I had no idea it even existed. So take it from your big sister, Alina, that living learning communities are the best thing to do, honestly. The next pro could be a con depending on how you look at it. Brody neighborhood only has community-style bathrooms. If you don't want community-style bathrooms, then Brody neighborhood is not the one for you. But for me, I think it's better than the alternative. So the other dorms at Michigan State have a bathroom where you would share it with 3 other people. So you would have 1 shower, 1 toilet, and 1 sink that you would share with 3 other people. And at first I thought that this would be better because in Hubbard Hall, that's how it was. But then when I moved to Brody, I realized community-style bathrooms are the way to go because you're never going to have to wait on someone to finish showering so that you can shower, because there's a bunch of different showers and sinks and toilets for you to use. You're never ever going to be waiting, which is so convenient because I remember really needing to shower because I have class in half an hour and having to wait, and that being so stressful. Another reason why community style bathrooms are the best, you don't have to worry about cleaning them. If you lived in a dorm where you shared a bathroom with 3 other roommates, you would have to divide up time to clean the bathroom. But since it's community style, there are people that are hired by Michigan State University to clean the bathrooms every single day. So you know it's always clean and it's always sanitary, which is a weight lifted off my shoulder because, as college students, we already have so many responsibilities. Another thing that's worthy to mention is that besides having the community style bathrooms on every floor, there's also a single person bathroom on each floor. So there's one for the girls' side and one for the boys' side. And it has a sink and a shower and a toilet. So there is that option if you absolutely hate community style bathrooms, but you still want to live in Brody neighborhood. The only thing is, since there's only one on each side of the floor, you're going to have to wait to use it if you really want to use that bathroom. And the last thing is the one and only con that I have on the list. Brody neighborhood is kind of far from classes. Brody is just kind of one of those buildings where you're not really going to get a class near it. However, there are exceptions where sometimes there are like freshman seminars in the Brody Square building. So if you see that as an option for one of your classes, definitely do that, because then you could literally like just wake up and like walk 2 minutes to class, and it's just like so convenient for you. I actually never had a class in Brody Square when I lived in Brody neighborhood. That would have been so convenient. But anyways, that's why I'm telling you, so you can learn from my mistakes. But what offsets this con is the pro that Brody neighborhood has 2 bus stops that are right next to it. So yeah, it's far from classes, but you can always take the 31 bus and get to your classes. And now freshmen can use the 31 bus for free. When I was a freshman, we literally had to pay $50 for a bus pass to use the buses. So take advantage of that and use the bus. And that's it for all my pros and cons for Brody neighborhood. If you guys have any questions about any of the other MSU neighborhoods, leave them below, because I'm going to be doing videos on each MSU neighborhood, and there are 5. So I have 4 more to go, so definitely leave your comments and questions below that you want answered on all of the other MSU neighborhoods. I will also include a link below to my dorm tour that I did last year when I lived in Bailey Hall. That way you can check out what the room layout looks like. And also put a link to my Instagram, and I made an official Aloha Alina Facebook. So check out both of those to stay updated with me. And I just wanted to say I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!